All right, we got a few people still awake. Apocalypse, no. Sarah Joy is moderating. All right. The lighting's a little uneven. I don't know how I can fix it. Well, we'll leave it like this for now. Like half of my face is lit. Let's see. I'm thinking. What I'm gonna put a light over there. I'm gonna move a light. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do this. If I can. No, that's not gonna work. This might work, actually. Hang on. We're going to try this. Let's see if this works. That might be too bright. Put it over here. Probably it might be a little better. Hello. Hopefully that's a little better. Pickled grammar, Ruben Urban. That light's gonna annoy me actually. I can't leave that on. I gotta turn it off. It's right in my face. I tried. What can I do? Putting the light back. We'll go with this for now. Oh. One moment, just one moment. Need to put this back. Okay, now we're back. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Julie, TJ, Joanne Gabrielle, Patty Schonbein, Brainy Janie, Alfred, Steel Magnolia. It is cold out. It is 39 degrees here. Darren Markley, Mr. Showtime, Jake from State Farm, Arizona Jumper. Melissa McQueen, April Coco, Mark French, Nicole. Oh, thank you, Dizzy Dale. That's nice of you, Dizzy Dale. Thank you, Dizzy Dale. I appreciate that. Nancy T, Shafts EX, Tim M, Hetty Silovitz, Sonic, Comio, Jeff Ha. No, I'm not whispering. I'm talking at normal volume. I don't have a microphone. I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone, not the microphone. Nicole Wilson is here. Linda Belk. Macaw Lady. Michelle Ryan. Bradley Hyman. Paul McEwen. Let me just get this up so I can go back in the chat. Monica W. Tammy Lance. Madison G. Short Stack is there. Hello, Short Stack. Wait a second. I got to get to my channel. Hang on. I need to get the broadcast up on my iPad. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Quiana Capri. Thank you, Ruben Urban and Sarah Joy and Linda Belk for moderating. Mark French. Steve Edwards. Jane Marie. Jeff Porter. The flight was fine. The flight was delayed for like an hour. But flight went fine. Yeah, Sonic, wait, this is just in the den here. I have my little, sitting in my chair here. And flight was very normal. I don't know, but I don't know about you guys. those of you who've been vaccinated already, but for me, for me, once I was completely vaccinated, the weirdness of being around other people pretty much went right away. It went away right away. Like, I feel no weirdness about being other people because I'm vaccinated. That's how I look at it. Like, it went through very concerned about being around other people through I just don't really even notice. That's just for me. Mr. Showtime says, I got my vaccine arm hurt. Well, mine was sore when I had my shots. Linda says, it gives you freedom. Yeah. Yeah, I went and ate at a place tonight where I ordered food there and I just ate it there. Very normal. Hey, Tony, thank you. Tony has 100 songs recorded on his Tony Del Monte YouTube channel. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate that. Thank you. My plane was pretty full. My plane was pretty full. I believe the plane numbers in the country are not up to what they were a year ago, but they're definitely up a lot more. I'm not stuffed up. I think you're hearing the sound differently because I'm in a different room. I'm in a different room. The acoustics are different. I'm on my phone. So it probably just sounds different because I'm in a different room. No, one flight. Yeah, you have to wear masks on the plane. You have to wear masks on the plane. Unless you're eating, you have to wear a mask. It's a rule. Oh, I had the dentist today, Melissa. Yeah, I went to see the dentist. I got my teeth cleaned. No cavities. I hadn't been there in like 2 years. And I developed during the pandemic like this sharp tooth. One of my teeth is very sharp. And they said they can fix it Friday. So I'm going to go back Friday to get the sharp tooth fixed. Now, the dog is asleep. The dog is asleep. But right there. Right there. So I hope you're doing well. Yes, so last night when I got home, last night I spent probably 3-4 hours setting up the studio. So in theory, the studio is ready to go to cover news. I haven't actually tried it yet, but in theory, the studio is ready to cover news. I have it set up. That's what I was doing all last night. And I was so tired that I actually took a 2-hour nap. I never take naps during the day, but I took a 2-hour nap today. I was just so exhausted. Oh, 12 Tree, thank you. Yes, 12 Tree, this is my folks' house. Says my mom lives here now. But yeah, this is where I grew up for most of my childhood, in this house. But yeah, I should be able to go live and cover news whenever it happens, as long as I'm around. Penjin got the J&J vaccine and is now heading to the dentist. Very nice. No, Stevie, you have to mail the moderators for that. I don't. The moderators can give you an email address. I don't. That's up to the moderators. You're asking a moderator question, so you need to email the moderators about that. I got here last night. Got in probably around 8:30 or something like that. Probably 8:30. No, it's good to see everybody. It's great to see my mom. I've been seeing the dog. I'm going to be seeing my brothers and their families the next couple of days. Hey, Meredith McMacken is here. I haven't seen everyone yet. This is not my new home. No, I'm visiting my family in Boston. Yeah, of course I hugged my mom. Yes, I am fully vaccinated. Please do not repeat questions in the chat. Do not repeat chat questions. Lizzie is here moderating as well. Thank you, Lizzie, for modding. All of our other mods. So I'm sort of getting my head straight. Traveling always takes a bunch out of me. Yeah, the dog was exciting. The dog gave me lots of licks. Thank you, Rita. Yeah, it's 39 degrees out. It got much colder tonight. I haven't even been out in a couple hours. I'm sure if I went out, it would be much colder. It was like 68 when I got here. Now it's 39. Butter Gin is here. Oh, thank you to Brandon Johnson. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon says, I'm so glad you made it to Boston to be with your family. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon says, here's a donation for you and your hard work. Hey, thanks so much, Brandon. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the plane was basically full. Jeff says, I used to travel a lot for business, very tiring. It always wears me out, traveling. It always does. I don't even know why it does. It just does. I think it's something mentally stressful or something. There was no Discord notification. Did people get Discord notification? Did people hear from Discord? People are saying yes. People are saying yes. Yeah, last night I couldn't stream. Last night, normally I would have covered the news from Columbus last night, but I literally couldn't stream, the studio wasn't set up. I was setting up the studio while that news was happening. So I posted about it on Twitter, but the studio wasn't ready. So unfortunately, I couldn't cover that on the stream last night. Couldn't do a stream about it. Could somebody explain to Lukey why it's an absurd question to say, when is the next AFTV stream? Can somebody please explain that to Lukey, why that's such an absurd question? I didn't see anybody wearing a face shield on the plane. One of the flight attendants might have been wearing it for some of the time. Thanks everybody for explaining. Everybody made a good explanation. But it was full, but it was pretty normal on the plane. Pretty normal, not really much different than it was before. But anyways, it's cold here. It's cold here. Linda says, I bought face shields for everyone at work and only 2 people took them. Hey, Aries Puric, that's very generous of you. Wow. Aries says, I hope you have a fun time in Boston with your family and I wish you well. Thank you to the fiery mods who keep this chat civil and balanced, and thanks to the viewers, lurkers who make the channel grow. Aries, that's very kind of you. That's very generous of you. I really appreciate that, Aries. Thank you. We're just at the start of the stream. But that's very nice of you, Aries. Thank you so much. Oh, is Christopher here? Too? Christopher is here. Christopher Lund. Thank you. I didn't know who would be awake so late. Gone with the Gale tweeted the sunset to me. I'll have to check it out. John A. and Petey is here. Josh Tompkins is getting timed out. Josh is getting timed out. Josh should know why he's getting timed out. No, how he doesn't know. He's been around forever. How does he not know? We got Lego Mike. We got For the Other Half of the Sky. Blue Chainsaw Man is here. Rick Hoppy is here. Rick says, I'm always awake so late. Rick's in California too, right? I think Rick's in California. Chris says, I'm waiting on someone to ask if I have any packages. Yeah, somebody's going to ask if I got any packages in Boston. I don't have a UPS store mailbox in Boston, so no packages. Oh, Tony, I'll have to listen to your Limelight cover. It's weird. Like I have no idea how much news there will be this week. You know, when I come back to Boston, I don't know if I'll be on the air a lot or a little or what. And there will be times when I have to be with my family. But yeah, it's been good to like see my mom and the dog and just kind of hang out. But again, last night I was up for about I spent about 3-4 hours setting. I had to like Windows update one of the computers, one of the computers hadn't been used in like a year and a half. So I had to update all that. And then there was still the old fluorescent, really hot lights here. So I got rid of those and replaced them with the LED panel lights, like the pair that Chris had bought for the channel. So I got another set of those, a bit of a smaller set, and put them here and set those up. So those seem to be working, because that room would get so hot with all the fluorescent bulbs. So I took out all the fluorescent bulbs. So I had to fix the lighting. I had to update the computers, update all the software, and just get everything set up and everything. So I think it's good to go. I think it is. You never know until you try. But again, I apologize. I would have liked to have covered the Columbus thing. I just couldn't do it. I tweeted about it, and then I posted a tweet about it, and a lot of people started. I guess I was one of the first people to post a tweet with a screenshot of the Columbus incident, and a lot of people started commenting. All these people started commenting on my tweet, not because they just like the comment section of my tweet became a popular place to comment on the incident. So there's all these like thousands of people commenting on the tweet. Go Blue in Ohio is there. Thank you. Thank you, Go Blue. Yeah, I'm supposed to see one of my nieces tomorrow. Yeah, Chris says the verdict came out when we predicted it would, right as you left. Yeah. Well, there was going to be a chance of it. But it fortunately ended up being pretty chill after the verdict. I was watching it on the plane, actually. I got to say this. You know what's interesting? Obviously that was a big story. You know, the Chauvin trial. But what I had said before, I had said this, I think, on the last stream, but I've definitely said it before. I said, you know, the news channels are really covering it to the exclusion of everything else. And I said, I think part of the reason they're covering it so much is because they're allowing them to televise the trial. Because, you know, these news channels, they need content. And then they, you know, so Minnesota allows them to have a camera in the trial and broadcast it. So they're like, oh, goody, we can fill up our broadcast day. So you have all these news channels, you know, showing the entire trial, and it's just, and then all of the news, like nonstop, it's just Chauvin trial, and it's like, okay, I mean, it's important, but there's other things going on, and like, and so it was interesting because when I was on the plane, I had my TV on and I was watching and waiting for the verdict, and I was looking around at other people. And the large majority of people on the plane were not watching the verdict. They were watching other stuff. Because on the flight, you have these TVs in front of you, and people could have turned on the TV. And most of the people, at least that I could see, most of the people were not watching coverage of the trial. I heard literally no reaction or even discussion. I did not hear a single person say the word Chauvin or even mention the trial on the plane. Like, I didn't know if people were going to be like clapping or booing and stuff. Like, you wouldn't have even known the verdict came out. And I just wonder if it's certainly an important thing, but the news was making it like it was all important. And I think to a lot of people, it actually wasn't that big a deal to them. Now, again, or it wasn't like a big story in their life. Or maybe, you know, and for various reasons. Maybe they followed it last summer and they're not following it now. I'm talking about the trial. But it was just, put it this way, if TVs on planes had been a thing when the OJ trial was happening, I think every TV on that plane would have been turned to OJ. But I'm telling you, and then, like, I literally didn't hear. I was in the airport when the announcement was made that the verdict was happening. I didn't hear one person talking about it. Now, I wasn't like talking to people, but normally if there's some big thing going on, you overhear it. But like, I just wonder if a lot of people just weren't even really following it. Again, that's not to say it's not an important event. There's plenty of important events that not everybody follows. But, it was interesting to me to see that. It was very interesting. No Black Hat, nobody on the plane cheered or clapped or anything. I literally saw no reaction on the plane whatsoever. I did not hear a mention of it on the plane, and it happened on the plane. Now, I'll say this. Literally the moment it happened, like the first part of the announcement, I was in the bathroom. So I happened to go to the bathroom for like the minute when the announcement from the jury was first made. But I didn't hear anything in the bathroom. And I came out of the bathroom and no one was talking. And like when I came out of the bathroom, I think I caught the very end of the jury spokesperson. Like if people had clapped loudly, I would have heard it. So it's possible that when I was in the bathroom, which is right next to where people are sitting, maybe a few people said something and I missed it then. But, Hey, thank you, Kenneth Colton, by the way. Kenneth says, I just got home from my first shot, Moderna. Congratulations, Kenneth. Nice. Thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate that. Good luck. I hope you don't have too many side effects. Oh, thank you, Jean Ann, as well. Jean Ann says, welcome back up north. Hope it warms up for you. It won't. It's supposed to be like 70 on Saturday during the day, but it's not going to be like Orlando weather. But what can you do? Thank you, Jean Ann. It's 39 right now. Javier says maybe the bathroom was soundproof. No, the bathroom was not soundproof. But again, I wasn't in the bathroom the entire plane ride, and like again, no one was watching it. I actually made an effort. I said, I'm going to look around and I'm going to see what people are watching as we were waiting for the verdict to be read. And like out of like 40 TVs I looked at, like two were tuned to the verdict. Like most people just didn't really seem to care. No, thank you, Joe Regini. No, I did not celebrate 420. I do not partake in the 420, Joe Regini. But thank you. Happy 420. So I just wonder, I feel like maybe it's one of these kind of an odd event where for the people who were really following it, it was all important for them. But more people than you think might have been just not following it. I mean, if you watch me, you probably kind of follow the news more. Off my lawn, order me something. That's nice of you. Yeah, I'll be back in like a week and a half in LA. So not LA, in Orlando. Aries says that was me. What was you? Who was you, Aries? Aries says that was me. Hey, John Gidry is watching. GLG is in Virginia, and it's 32 degrees. Really? Wow. Let's see here. Dan O'Leary is here. So we'll see what happens. I normally don't, like, normally when I travel, I post it on the Agenda Free TV account and I don't post about it on my personal account. But people kept messaging me saying, why aren't you covering this? So I actually had to post on my personal account on Twitter that I'm not, that I was traveling. Patrick Davis is here. Hello, Patrick. I have not had grandma pizza yet, Patrick. Jeff said it snowed yesterday in Illinois. Killer Cobra is here. Oh, Kenneth. Thank you, Kenneth. Kenneth says, I have to say it's awesome you're visiting your family in Boston. I hope you have a great time. Get another slice of that pizza for me. I should have some Boston pizza while I'm here. It's so good. I try to avoid eating pizza, of course. I do eat it once in a while, but it's so good in Boston. I went to a Greek place tonight in Brighton, Massachusetts. It's called Hero City. It was pretty good, actually. Hero City. The one problem with it is Hero City has a door, and it's like a sliding opening door, and there's no. It's like the door is like, there's. I forget what it's called, but in like a cold place like Boston, it sometimes gets cold. What you would do is you'd have like a double door. So when somebody comes in, they go in the first door, but the second door isn't open yet to keep the cold air from rushing in. But this place had this huge door that slid open every time somebody came in or left. And that was like, once it slid open, all the cold air came in. So it was really cold. I don't know. I mean, it seems like you wouldn't want to have like all those months of the year where people are just cold. But it was pretty good food though. They specialize in heroes. And they give you a good amount of food too. Rob and I haven't had meatloaf in years. I don't know how they made it, but it was just like heroes. But it was pretty good. They gave you like half a plate of meat and some rice and some salad, some chicken and pork heroes, and some hummus. Anyways, that was good. No, it's not supposed to snow. No, the meat was not lamb. It was pork and chicken. But anyways, I really like kebab. It's hard to find good Greek kebab. And then even if you find it, sometimes like they give you very little. So you have to pay like $30 if you want enough for dinner. But good kebab, there are not many of places like this. But if you can find like an inexpensive place where you can get kebab and hummus, I would eat there all the time. But I remember when I used to live in LA years ago, there were a couple places I go. I don't even think there's one place called Ita Pita that went out of business. Ita Pita was great. Ita Pita was so good, and it went out of business. Probably couldn't pay the rent. But Ita Pita was great. No, when I'm on my phone, there's no way for me to put on slow mode on the phone. Chris said, just started a diet, so this is helping me. How is it helping? Good luck on your diet. UML hockey fan, I have it at Pizzeria Regina. When I was in college, there was a Pizzeria Regina located near where I lived. So, and what happens, there would be, what was it? Was it the paper? I think that what they would do is they would send out there would be like some free newspaper that was distributed at the college, and Pizzeria Regina would put like this crazy coupon in the paper. I think it was like get a large pizza for the price of a small. Like it was really cheap. Like for like $5, you could get this enormous pizza. And so what I would do is I would just take the coupons from it was very easy to find these coupons. So I continually use these coupons there. And so I would get these cheap pizzas. I had a friend in college who worked on a magazine, and on the magazine, this pizza place put it it put an ad, it bought an ad in the magazine when the coupon was for a free slice of pizza. So my friend, my friend and his friends would actually cut their own magazine and they'd cut the coupons out so they could get the free slices. They would take their own magazines and they would cut the coupon out of the magazine just so they could get the free slices. Which is crazy, I know, but they would do it. Anyways, UML went to the Regina in North End and Faneuil Hall often. It's pretty good pizza. I know there was one in Cambridge, but I think that's long gone. I think that one's long gone. Hang on, I just got to do a quick news check. I think we're good. I think we're good. It's really weird being in the suburbs because I'm in a suburb right now and it's so quiet. Like normally I'm in the city, you know, I live like in the city in Orlando and like I'm just used to a circle of atmospheric noise and it's just very strange to be somewhere where there's so much less noise and also like there's no activity. You know, if I'm in Orlando and I look out my window, there's all this activity. Then you're in the suburb and there's once it gets dark, there's no activity whatsoever. It's just very strange. It's very different. Yeah, no elevator noise here. This lighting? Yeah, the lighting isn't too bad. It's a little uneven in here. Sonic says we're all making siren noises and loud muffler noises for you. Oh, thank you, Patrick Davis. Says you should have been a ninja turtle eating all the pizza. If I didn't have to diet, I would eat pizza like every day. I would eat pepperoni pizza every day, probably, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. Dennis is right down the turnpike from me. Nope. Mrs. Heminger got timed out. Someone can explain to Mrs. Heminger why she got timed out. Sarah Joy's already on. It's unbelievable. Sarah Joy's on it. Sarah Joy's got it. Chris Lund says, tell your mom you have the best pizza cutter around. I'll tell her that. Oh, I haven't showed her my newspaper yet. I haven't showed her I brought back the Islander. I got to show her the Islander newspaper. Also, she said I have to show you my high school photos. I have a couple photos in here on the wall. I'll show you my high school photo on the wall. I have a high school one and I think it's maybe a college one. Oh, thank you, Melissa Ray. She says, glad you're visiting the family. This is why it's important to get vaccinated. I am visiting my grandma in May, and she is my first trip post-vax. Any issues on? Very nice, Melissa. Yeah, I mean, I literally scheduled this trip for the day after I was fully vaccinated. So it's great to be around family. Oh, Kangaroo Island TV is there. Yeah, Stan, I brought your newspaper back, so I got to show it to my mom. How do I feel? I feel fine. I was really tired today, so I took a nap today. I took it easy today. So I also ate a lot yesterday. I ate so much. I get very hungry when I travel. I have no idea what it is. So I went to the airport and like, I don't eat fast food. I really try to, I mean, I like it fine, but I really avoid eating fast food. I never have like fast food burgers, but like the food options were kind of limited at the airport. And then it was just like, I was like, I'm so hungry, and I always get too hungry when I fly, and then I'm getting hungry on the plane. So there was like a Wendy's there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just getting Wendy's. So I got like fries, chicken nuggets, and like a burger, which a double cheeseburger. So I ate all that, and then I was still hungry on the plane. I had a Cliff Bar on the plane. Excuse me, I had an apple and a Cliff Bar on the plane, and then I got home and I ate when I got to Boston. But something about travel, it makes me so hungry when I travel, and I don't know what it is. But if I don't eat a lot, I get a huge headache. It's really weird. Today I ate a more normal amount. Jeff, the airline was serving. It was a JetBlue flight, so they served these little snacks like in packages. I mean, they had Read is Real. They have other places at the airport, but like there was a Qdoba with a crazy long line. I was like, well, I'm not gonna wait for Qdoba. And it just, if I don't eat a lot, then I'm gonna get hungry on the flight. That's just what happens to me. Oh, thank you, Aries. Aries says, shout out to Kangaroo Island. Hope all is well down under, and wishing you great success wherever you land. Will I do a Boston tour? I don't know if I'm going to be touring around Boston this time, Aries, just because I'm probably going to be pretty busy. You know, I have like family stuff, and I'm sure there'll be new stuff. So, I mean, if I end up going somewhere interesting in Boston, I certainly can do a stream. I don't know that it'll happen on this trip. You know, I'm probably going to, if I have time, probably if I have extra time, I'm going to be spending it with my family. So, but you never know. You never know. Maybe if I have something to show, I'll show it. We'll see. Coming back at the end of May as well. The dentist was fine. I got my teeth cleaned for the first time in like almost 2 years. I mentioned earlier, I need to go back on Friday, and they're going to smooth out one of my teeth, which is very sharp now. That one. But the dentist was good. It was uneventful, which was great, given that I hadn't been there in 22 months. 22 months. So I got that taken care of. Sonic, I haven't had a Cinnabon forever. Tony, I did connect with Josh. I'm going to try to see Jay-Z while I'm back. We might even do a stream with Jay-Z while I'm back. I talked to Jay-Z about it today, so we may do a stream with Jay-Z, like a live stream with Jay-Z. That would be fun. We're going to try to do that. Can I do a Boston accent? Maybe. I don't think I'm going to do it now. I don't think I'm going to be doing a family stream, Rusty. I don't think my family's dying to be on a stream. I'm sure the kids would do it, but then the stream I have to mark it then I have to like turn off comments. YouTube gets very careful about having kids on your stream. So I wouldn't hold my breath for any kind of family stream. The only way my mom would be on is if she like asked to be on. I'm not going to make my mom come on a stream. The ones I'm seeing tomorrow are probably the kids I'm seeing tomorrow, roughly, you know, elementary school and junior high age. No, not cupcakes. It's not that. I get hungry from being bored. There's something about it that makes me actually physically hungry, because when I'm traveling, if I don't eat a lot, I get like a headache. Like I need to have more food when I travel, and I just don't know what it is. Not cupcakes. I had some tweet of yours. Oh, not cupcakes. You sent me a tweet that I wanted to talk about, and then I haven't talked about it yet, because I not cupcakes. I saw your tweet. It was, you were making, your dad was cooking something, and you sent me a tweet about it. And then I was going to tell people about it, and I forgot to. And I have it like written down here or something. Let's see if I can find it. No, that's not it. Here, I'm going to post it in the chat if I can do this. Maybe I can do this. Hang on, let's see. I want to talk about Not Cupcake's tweet. Yeah, Not Cupcake sent me a tweet of his dad making 2 Italian Easter treats, pizza rustica and Easter bread. It looked amazing. Here, I'm going to post Not Cupcake's tweet in the chat. Hang on. Here, check out Not Cupcake's tweet. I just posted it. Aaron, I'll show my high school picture in a little bit. Aaron, you've said the same thing 3 times. Aaron, you posted the same request 3 times in 15 seconds. You literally asked for it 3 times in 15 seconds. Maybe even fewer than 15 seconds. Did people see the tweet? Check out Not Cupcake's tweet. I just posted it in the chat. You can see Not Cupcake's dad cooking delightful stuff. The dog's name is Perry. The family dog is Perry. No, I am not sick. I am not sick. I'm not congested. My eyes are not watery. I feel totally fine. I'm in a different room. I think it's the acoustics are different. Helena says, that looks yummy and artistically done. G. West says, looks yummy. So it looks really good. No, I'm not going to go to a Bruins or Sox game. It's going to be family stuff and doing news coverage is my priorities while I'm here. I might see some friends too. GLG says that's lovely cooking. I am drinking tap water. I'll show it on the air too. Next time we do a stream when I'm back in Orlando, I'll actually show it on the air. Yeah, it's going to be, if I went outside right now, my body would be really shocked. Not Cupcake says, my dad took all of his Easter traditions and brought them to America and he passed them on. Very cool. I need to have a scroll. People keep asking, can you do a live tour of Boston? And so I have to have a scroll that keeps, because I've already answered this several times. I said I probably won't have time on this trip. But if I make it, I'll stream some. Dennis says it's 24 degrees in Western Mass. I'm going to try to go for a run here too. There's a treadmill at my mom's house. It's in the attic. I can use it late if I want to, so I might try to do that. No, not a run outside. Inside. Yes, I sniff because there's like something in my nose. It doesn't mean I'm stuffed up. Everybody's obsessed with the idea that I'm sick, even though I told you I wasn't. I would tell you if I was. But no, I am not sick. Aaron, you have a lot of questions. No, I know I said I would be, but I would tell you, but I'm not. You'd really know. I'm timing out Aaron. I can't listen to the same questions over and over again from Aaron. It's just like nonstop. It's the same thing over and over again. Here. Let me do this. Timeout. Aaron's in timeout. Enough already. Enough already. No, John, I never found the pair of sweatpants that I'm sure is somewhere in my apartment in Orlando, somewhere or other. So I have other sweatpants that I brought back, but I didn't find that one pair. Although I don't know that I forgot anything else. Normally I forget something when I come back, and I don't think I forgot anything this time, which is amazing. One time in Atlanta, I went home, and it's just so stupid. You know, you're trying to figure out all the stuff to bring. And I leave the house, I get all packed, and I get on the train. I get on the train to go to the airport. And as I'm on the train, I realize I've put on 2 different color sneakers. I had an extra pair of sneakers in my luggage, but I have, like, at the time I had, sorry, I swallowed some water wrong. Yeah, having a list works. But there was that one time where I like spent all this time packing and trying to figure out that I had anything, trying to, make sure I didn't forget anything. And then I ended up taking 2 different color sneakers. I put on the sneakers right before I left, and it was like in low light, so I didn't notice I was putting on like the brown and the blue. So anyways, I won't make that mistake again. That was bad. It's probably also quieter. Like normally when I'm streaming in Orlando, either I have the balcony door open and you're hearing the outside, or I have the AC on. It's normally not this quiet when I'm streaming. Chris says, I was looking to take a train to Orlando just to see the sights along the way, 70 hours. It takes a long time to take the train to somewhere, if it's not like right nearby. Grow my beard? No, I can't really grow my beard, Nicole. It looks weird if you don't shave and then you do the news coverage. It looks weird for whatever reason. It just doesn't. There's like this expectation people will be shaven, or you'll be like Wolf Blitzer and have a perfectly groomed beard. But otherwise, it's can't do it. Zero expectation. I'm vaccinated. I don't need a COVID test. I'm vaccinated. I'm fully vaccinated. Seize the Day is happy that there's no shoes here. I should move some running shoes into this frame just for Seize the Day's benefit. But it's just weird. It's a big difference going from being in the city to being in the quiet suburbs. It's also easier to be a night person, like when you're in the city, because every stuff is going on around you. When you're in the suburbs, everything just kind of goes quiet when it's dark out. It's just silent. Then you're like, okay, well, guess I just got to go to bed. Yeah, the house is sturdy, Helena. We haven't had problems with the house falling down. What I'll do is I'll show you. There's a picture on the wall of me from high school, and then there's a picture of me from college. I've showed some old photos before, but I'll show this one anyway. Hold on, I'll do this. Let's see, I gotta show this one. I'll show the one of me from, this is the high school one. Hold on. There's me from high school. I don't know if that's senior year or junior year or what. That's my high school one. Yay. See, that's me now. I don't look the exact same. And then there's one from college. I don't know what year of college. Maybe it's senior year. That's the college one. Oops. There's college. Shorter hair in college. There. And then these two, my mom said I should show these. I think these are like great-great-grandparents or great-great-great. Like, I don't even know how far back this is. This is probably mid to late 1800s Russia or Poland or something. I don't even know exactly how far back you have to go, but they're up there. Don't even know. There's one more I'll show you. There's a really great one. This is a really good one. This is hold on, I'll show you this one more. One more. One more. This is my grandfather, and I never knew him because he passed away when he's my dad's father, and he passed away when my dad was 3. So my dad really didn't know him. So we have very few pictures of him. But that is I think he had a fruit stand or worked in the fruit industry. And so that's my dad's dad. So my grandfather. But I never knew him at all. I mean, my dad didn't really know him. So it's kind of a cool picture. And, okay, anyways. Oops. Hold on, I gotta fix this. Yeah, my grandfather really looks a lot like my dad. My dad looked a lot like his dad. I think on my dad's side, the family came over around the beginning of the 20th century. Like, it's really crazy. It's really crazy to think my dad's dad came over from, I believe, Russia. So if you think of just in 2 generations how different life was for my dad's dad in Russia. You know, he would have been in Russia in like the early 20th century, and how different my life is. And then you think, okay, if you try to imagine what would the same degree of difference be between 2 generations from me forward, right? And you're like, what would that mean? I mean, given how different it was for me in just 2 generations ago, what would a similar difference be like projected forward? But it's just crazy. Kenneth says, my great-grandfather was born on the island of Crete. My mother was born in Hamburg, Germany. Sarah Joyce says, so much can change so crazy. Now, I think it's Russian and Polish, my ancestry goes back. Russian and Polish, I believe. Did Claire get kicked off? Oh, not Claire. Did Erin get clicked off? Did Erin just go one too far? I wouldn't be surprised. She was heading there. Hey, thanks to our mods, by the way. Sarah Joy is moderating. Linda Belk is moderating. Lizzie. Thank you. Oh, Erin's still here. I thought Erin... People were talking about Erin as if she had gotten kicked off. All right, Erin, just be careful, Erin. Be careful. Be careful, Erin. You've already gotten timed out once. MKZ is here. Rita's Real says, I took the DNA through Ancestry.com. Turns out there was a lot of craziness on my mom's side of the family that didn't make it to the family Bible. I should do that at some point. Denise doesn't know who her dad is. Rick said his great-grandfather and grandmother immigrated from Germany in the 1870s. Oh, you know another thing is I'm noticing you hear clocks. There's a grandfather clock in here that you're hearing. And then there's another clock in this room somewhere that you're hearing. Because I'm hearing two clocks. So when I'm in Orlando, I don't hear clocks. I can show you the grandfather clock. It's kind of cool. It actually works. Hold on. Hang on. There it is. It's pretty crazy that it works. I think this is my grandmother's. Yeah, it's cool. We didn't have that. I don't think we had it growing up. I think we got it eventually when my grandmother passed away, I think. But it's pretty amazing. It just works with a pendulum. I don't know how old it is, but it's old. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an antique. I think it might have been a few minutes behind. What did it say the time was? On the grandfather clock, it said it was 12:05. I think it's probably about 3 or 4 minutes off. Yeah, this house, if you go down in the basement near the water heater, there's a piece of paper on the wall, and it says, put this paper next to the water heater. And it had to have been here before my family moved in. The piece of paper might be 80 years old, and it's still down there. It's incredible. Nicole says, in Canada, we take our shoes off in the house and wear sock slippers. I've always worn shoes in the house anyway, but it's better for my feet. I need supportive shoes on my feet. I wear inserts in my shoes. Sonic, I think the water heater has been replaced, but the piece of paper has just stayed up there. I think when we moved, the basement of this house, it like, it's weird. I think people were like living in it, but like it's so old. But when we moved in, like our family, we never like fixed up the basement. We use it, but like for like laundry and stuff. But there's still like the old ceiling is still up there. It might have been an apartment before, but like the old ceiling is up there, and it's like it must have been like this decorative ceiling. It must be like 80 years old or something. Just the base. Some of the basement is so old, but there's no real reason to do it over at this point. So it just is the basement heated. I don't know if it has its own heat output. It will get warm. And the boiler is down there, but it's just really interesting. I'd like to know more about the history of the basement. I mean to ask my mom about that. I think somebody might have lived in the basement. I think it might have been its own thing. Yeah, maybe I'll show you at some point. But it's all just like old wood, and it's like they've put up like there's like partitions down there and stuff, and it's really weird. I don't even know, I don't even remember. I don't remember when this was built. I need to ask my mom. Epan says maybe there's some hidden treasure somewhere. It would be interesting. I would love to see photos. I don't even know if they exist. It'd be really interesting to see photos of people living here who weren't my family. Because obviously somebody was living here, but I never knew the house when somebody else was living here, and I don't have any access to photos. It must be very weird if you move out of your house that you grew up in, and then somebody else is just living there. I mean, I've had it where there have been apartments I lived in, and then you see a picture of it and somebody else is living in the apartment. But when we moved here, I must have been like 4 years old or something. I was pretty young. Arizona Jumper says there could be a skeleton in the basement wall. Norma says maybe there's a time capsule in that old basement. I'd like to know more about the history of this house. I gotta just ask my mom and see what she knows. Gail says the people who bought my parents' house after mom died trashed it. I hate going back. There are no secret rooms that I'm aware of here. Yeah, in this house, the attic is like the length of the house. So there's a sizable amount of space in the attic. Yeah, it certainly was not nearly as expensive, 40 years ago when they bought it. Are there things in the attic? Yeah, no, my folks fixed up the attic a bit. So that's actually where I sleep when I come back. I sleep up in the attic. Minimum of noise up there. I can probably find out when the house was built because I can look up the house online. I'm going to look up the house and see when it was built. Wonder if it says. Let's see. Does it even say? Hold on. According to online, this was built in 1920. How about that? It says 1920. That's really interesting. I believe it. Let's try a different website and see. This 1920. Another site says 1920. Before the Depression, says Chris. Yeah, that's the stuff downstairs. That's the old ceiling and stuff. That might be 100 years old. I think this house too, I'm guessing a lot of it, like the floors and stuff, are still the same. It's pretty crazy. There's some old houses in Orlando too. If you walk around in Orlando, like near downtown, some of the neighborhoods around there's a lot of old houses. No, Rick, I know what you're saying. I mean, my dad passed away last year, so, I know what you're saying. It's also weird because, like my folks did over the kitchen in this house, and it still feels like the new kitchen to me, but I'm sure it's actually like 15 or 20 years old at this point. You know what I really need? I need to get my, if you give me a second, I just need to get my, allow me to get my lip balm. I just need to grab my lip balm. I forgot my lip balm. So hang on, I'm just gonna get my lip balm. Behave yourselves for 20 seconds. I got my lip balm. We're all good. Plug the iPad in too. So we are here in Boston. I am back. What is the I'm gonna look up the weather forecast. Hang on, I'm looking up the weather forecast now. Allow me to do this. It's 37 degrees out now. 37 degrees. It's 37 degrees. The low tonight is supposed to be 32 degrees. How about that? Then tomorrow, the low is supposed to be 35 degrees. Unbelievable. Tomorrow, high of 48 and low of 35. Then it's supposed to be warmer. 61, 70, 55, 62, 69, 71. Yeah, warmer once we get to like Saturday, a little warmer. But these lows, 30, it's 37 degrees right now. Jeannie says it's like Montreal. Just crazy. Exactly. Hey, thanks to our mods, by the way. Sarah Joy, Lizzie, Linda Belk, Ruben Urban. I appreciate you being there. Is it going to be cold in the attic? You know, it's weird, though. We have heat in the attic. There's heat in the attic, but also the heat tends to rise to the attic. But the attic has like its own little electrical heating system up there. So I think it's electrical. But yes, that won't be too bad. Linda says, I'm going to be here until later next week. All right. Erin Golly, I'm timing you out. I can't listen to it anymore. Erin, you're complaining about the questions thing. Erin, if you were me, would you want to listen to you? I think the answer is no. Yeah, the attic is on a different thermostat and it has these heaters on the walls. So I think it's its own electrical heating system in the attic. Haniel Vargas is here. Hello, Haniel. Let me check the news too. It's weird. Sometimes when I come back to Boston, there's a bunch of news, and sometimes there's just not that much. You never know. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Baseboard heaters. I don't know what they are. There are heaters like at the bottom of the wall. We might see the attic at some point. Maybe we'll do an attic tour at some point. Metersville says that's baseboard heaters. GLG says those are baseboard heaters. The teeth, I think my teeth probably look pretty similar. I don't think they look any more white than before. I'm looking up baseboard heater. I think it is a baseboard heater. What is an electric baseboard heater? This is from Marley, marleymep.com. They are basically zone heaters. They are typically installed underneath windows where a heater's rising air counteracts falling cool air from the window's glass and are controlled by thermostats within the room they are located. They use heating elements encased in metal sheaths that are surrounded by aluminum fins to facilitate the transfer of heat. That sounds right. They employ a process known as convection, in which cooler air in the room is drawn into the bottom of the heater. Air within the heater is warmed and then rises into a room. Okay. That's from Marley Mep. Bob Vila has a baseboard heating post, bobvila.com. They require no ductwork, baseboard heaters. They're easy to install. Did you ever wonder why baseboard units typically appear beneath windows? Says Bob Vila at bobvila.com. In a word, the answer is science. Baseboard heating works through convection. As cold air falls from the window, it enters the baseboard unit through a vent. Within the baseboard, the air is warmed by a series of metal fins that have been heated through electricity. The warm air then rises from the baseboard, and the pattern repeats itself, creating a circular flow known as a convection current. Though inexpensive to purchase, electric baseboards are somewhat infamously inefficient, meaning they can be costly to run for any prolonged period of time. It's for this reason, more than any other, that homeowners typically choose to not rely on electric baseboard heating units as a full-time solution for the whole house. Right. So we only have it in our the whole house has central heating, one heating source, and one thermostat for the whole house, except for the attic. The attic is on different heating. And the attic is not on the house heating. Oh, thank you to is that Mr. Pooh? Mr. Pooh, who says, I'm working for a Boston-based company from South Korea. Oh, I wonder if Mr. Pooh travels to Boston. Thank you, Mr. Pooh. I appreciate that. Maybe you've come to Boston sometime. I hope things are good in South Korea, Mr. Pooh. Melissa says, radiant floor heating is the ultimate. Was that when the heat is like in the floor? I don't know that I've ever been in a house like that. No, it's not really cold here. It's not that cold. I mean, the weather's cold. We have heat in the house. Oh, that's it. Aaron's gone. Aaron's gone. Bye to Aaron. Is that what radiant heating is from the floor? GLG says, heat is lovely in the floor. I had that when I lived in Germany. So nice when getting out of the shower or tub. Underfloor heating. Wikipedia has an article about underfloor heating. Warmup.com has an article, Pros and Cons of Radiant Floor Heating. Pros, energy efficient. Pros, effortless to run. Pros, more space and design freedom. Pros, works with all floor coverings. Pros, safety and comfort. Pro, ease of installation. Negative, installation cost, installation time, and floor height issue. There are no cold spots, says warmup.com. It covers the entire floor. Interesting. As a guide, floor heating systems increase the floor height in a room by an average of less than ½ an inch. It says. This is from warmup.com, so I don't know if they look like they might actually be involved in this kind of thing. But anyways, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever lived somewhere with that kind of heating. Damien says, I have it in the bathroom. Black Cat says, pets love it. Rita's Real Shield says she likes radiant towel heaters. That sounds nice. I mean, I know when when I used to live in cold weather, I would use my car heater seat, my heated seats so much. Before I got heated seats in my car, people would say to me, they'd say, "You should get heated seats in your car," and I'd be like, "Well, why? It just seems like how big a deal is that?" Like, and they were like, "No, you'll love it." It's true. When I lived in a cold area, I loved having heated seats in my car. It was actually like a big deal. I loved it. Chris says, "I just want somewhere to lay my head." Rick likes heated seats. Cooled seats. TJ, you have cooled seats? But it is really, it's a good thing. Car heated seats are great. I think my current car has them, but I just never used them because I'm not in really cold weather. Where's my water? Here it is. I might need to get my sweater. It's getting colder in here. So we're here in Boston. It's 37 degrees. It's windy out. Oh, there's like a gale warning. There's a wind gale warning here. I gotta look that up. Gale warning. From 6 a.m. Thursday till 2 a.m. Friday. West winds 15 to 25 knot with gusts up to 40 knots expected. In Massachusetts coastal waters. So not for where I live, but in the coastal waters. But it's supposed to be windy. Can I hear the wind? I can tonight. Carol Llewellyn says, in hot places you can get cool seats. Cool seats? Wow. I didn't know if they had such a thing. I'm gonna look this up. Cooled car seats. Cooled car seats. Let's see. Wow, you can. Some cars have cooled seats. Kenneth says, I have cooled seats in my Audi. Helena says, Sharper Image used to have AC for your neck. Amber says, my aunt had a car with cooling seats. Hold on, I gotta grab my sweater. I have to get my sweater. I think it's like 15 feet away. Hold on, let me get my sweater. It's too cold in here now. It's cold. All right, I did it. It got cold in here. See, it's so different. What's the temperature in Orlando right now? What am I missing? I don't even want to look. It's 68 in Orlando. Listen, the high temperature for Orlando is, I'm looking at like the extended forecast. The next 2 weeks, it's like the high temperatures in the 80s every single day. Unbelievable. Not here. Chris says, I just want something to get me from A to B. It sounds like you're in the wrong broadcast, Chris. Here we're talking about fancy things like radiant heat and cooled AC cars, cooled car seats. Chris wants a more like basic, not such a luxury geared broadcast. No, Jeannie, I went just to see my family because I haven't been here in a year and a half. Yeah. Aries thinks I'm going to move to Boston. No, it's too cold for me. Caesar asked about the flying. Yeah, I talked about this before. The flying was fine. It was totally normal. The flight was totally normal. It was full of people, it seemed like, but except for everybody wearing masks, it seemed like a totally normal flight. Rita's Rio wants a double drawer dishwasher. What's a double drawer dishwasher? What is that? What is a double drawer dishwasher? I'm looking it up. What is it? Can someone explain me what the whole idea of a double drawer dishwasher is? Oh, it's like this from Remodelista. That's a double drawer dishwasher. So what's the point? What's the point of the double drawer dishwasher? Can someone explain this to me? Rita says you can run China in one and the regular in the other. Hold on. Plates on the top. I'm confused. You can clean more dishes? Why? Chris says, I have a double stack washer and dryer. That count? I'm not understanding the purpose of the double drawer dishwasher. No one can explain it to me. Load one, run as you are loading the second. That means you're using a lot of dishes. For washing small batches of dishes? Oh, Rita's Reel says that China and crystal can't be too hot. So if you have different types of things to wash, I mean, that would be an obvious thing you could do. Use it for. Seize the Day thinks it's a money grab. Helena points out that dishwashers have a top and bottom rack. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's something where it would need to be something where there's some kind of difference. Obviously. I can tell I'm still messed up from all the, I didn't even switch time zones. When I used to live in LA, I would fly back all the time, and that would be worse because the time zones would be so messed up, and I would go days before feeling normal. But even just flying from Orlando to here, the flying messes with me. Flight lag, says Kenneth. Just don't feel right. And I should be like wide awake because I slept. I took a 2-hour nap today. No, I'm not sick. It's just it's just off the flying. It's kind of like a time zone change, though, because I go from being in the city, where I'm like, there's all this activity around me, to just being in the suburbs. Yeah, and the change of climate, too, as says reality of a virtual world. Exactly. Rick says, flying affects me the same way. It's just... Terry says, the flying in prep has washed you out. All right, Nicole from Canada. Tony flew from Minneapolis to Auckland. Wow, that must have been long. When I flew to Taiwan, it was 17 hours. Jeff says, I think you'll adjust right when you'll have to go back. Yeah, I'm guessing by next week I'll probably feel all normal and everything, and then I'll fly back, I'm sure. I just remember from the past, it always takes me a number of days after I fly here to start feeling normal again. Sean B. Art flew 19 hours on 3 planes from England to Mexico. Rick flew 22 hours to Bali. I have to come back in May in late May, because there's my nephew's bar mitzvah. So I got to go on for that. I got to go to that. MGD says the military often gives people 3 weeks for physical adjustment. And again, I didn't even switch time zones. Yeah, Chris says, fly with Sal and you could have stretched out and napped. Well, we'll see. We'll see how much news there is this week. Oh, you know what was super interesting? When I got back to Boston and I was in the Logan Airport in Boston, I was walking through the airport, and in the airport they have taped off every other seat in the waiting areas, for social distancing. There's literally like a line of tape on every other seat, and they have this printed tape that says like social distancing safety at Logan Airport, Boston. In Florida, there's none of that in the Orlando airport. None of it. But Boston is just, they're more, it's just different. It's just a different city. But it was really noticeable. Again, like half the seats are blocked off in the waiting area that I walked by. Multiple gates. Oh, thank you, Jeannie P. from Canada, for the suitcase sticker. Thank you. Very appropriate. Thank you, Jeannie P. Amy says, I hope you get some genuine R&R here. I don't know how much R&R will be, but it'll just be good to hang with my family. Family's well, Terry. The family's doing well. Thank goodness. Nancy T is having heart surgery. Nancy, good luck with your surgery. Nancy says she's having heart surgery tomorrow. Good luck, Nancy T. Hope we see you in the next stream we do. You can tell us about how your surgery went. I had a bar mitzvah. It was what it was. Like, you just kind of had to. It's not like I had a choice in the matter. We have the heating system here. It's like, I think it's oil heat in the house, except for the attic. And you, like, the radiators will like clank and stuff. So you hear all the heating noises. Oh, thank you, Denise Horton. She says, many blessings to you and your family. Hey, thanks, Denise from Canada. I appreciate that. Thank you. I got some good old photos here. My mom gave me some old photos, and I have some other old photos here. So I actually ordered a scanner for here, so I could scan in some of my old photos from here. Like, there's ones like I just haven't seen like forever that are like, some of them are sitting in my bedroom like in little envelopes. So I got to get those scanned in. Also, like I have some photos from my college that are just so faded. So it's fun to see what they look like when you put them in, when you scan them in using like today's software. It can update the colors. It can refresh the colors. So I got to scan some of the old faded ones in. Oh, Brainy Janie's having surgery next month. Brainy Janie, good luck on your surgery. The scanner I got, I think, was around $90. It's called the Epson Perfection V39 scanner. I know Best Buy is selling them right now. I think on Amazon it's only third-party sellers. Epson Perfection V39. It's a very, if you look up like best scanners, it's a well-reviewed scanner, and it's been good. The Epson Perfection V39. But again, Amazon, I think it's only third-party sellers. It's got a little kickstand. You can put it on its side. Oh, I'm so messed up. Oh, I should not be yawning right now. Because it's not that late, because I napped for 2 hours. I nap from like 3:30 to 5:30. But yeah, I have jet lag right now. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can get my energy back. Is jet lag have to be time zone related? Because I think when people are saying it, they mean just from feeling tired from flying. I don't know if the definition of jet lag involves time zones or not. Yeah, technically, the word jet lag, the expression jet lag, is about disruptions to body's internal clock. Well, but actually, well, it says Mayo Clinic says it's a temporary sleep problem that can affect anyone who quickly travels across multiple time zones. Yeah, see, so I think when people are saying jet lag, and what I was saying about it was using it to say not so much time zones, but more kind of a disoriented blah feeling, messed just from taking a long flight, because I didn't switch time zones. Oh, thanks, by the way, to Rita's Real. She's got a meeting in the morning. Thank you, Rita's Real. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Good seeing you. Oh, and thank you, Chris Wright, too. Chris has just got my second vaccine. Boy, did it kick my butt. He's feeling better, though. Congrats, Chris. My first shot was worse. I'm glad you got your second, Chris. Hello, Chris Wright. Yeah, I mean, I was saying this before, but for me personally, now that I'm fully vaccinated, like, it's just like, it's totally, I didn't know how I would be. I didn't know how I would feel about like going out and stuff like that. Now I just feel like I couldn't have cared less that I was on the plane full of people. Uh, I have I have no qualms whatsoever about going out in a crowd or anything. So that's just the way I am. I didn't know how I'd feel about it, but for me that's how I am. I think things will get back at least in I think things will resume pretty quickly. Blake Robinson, I see nothing about that story anywhere. I see nothing about it anywhere. Oh, there was something 10 hours ago. That was 10 hours ago. That's not breaking news. If that's the one you're talking about. The macaw lady says, "Good night, all." See, this is where I came on late tonight. I came on really late, so now of course I'm like, it's amazing anyone's even still awake for this. Tyson Samoa is here. Yeah, Barry, I have a studio here. I can stream from here. Blake, maybe it was on a website 17 minutes ago, but I see nothing about it, and I see stories about it from 10 hours ago. I don't see any new reporting on it. Nicole says some of us are on the West Coast. Even for you guys, though, it's almost 10 p.m. Chris Lund says it's those 1 a.m. midnight bedtimers calling it the night. It's 1 a.m. for Aries. You know, on YouTube you're supposed to have a niche. You know, because it's so hard to get for anybody to like actually find your. It's so hard for anyone to actually find your streams on YouTube. So you're supposed to specialize in something. I don't really specialize in anything, but maybe what I specialize in is that I stream when no one else is streaming. That might be my niche. It's just the weird hours. Because if you want to watch a live stream at this hour, you don't really have that much of a choice. At least on YouTube. Yeah, Tony, you can send me whatever stories you want. You can just send them on Twitter. Thank you, Tony. MKZ is looking at foxes. We'll go a few more minutes. It's good to get back into the swing of things with streaming too, because I didn't stream it all yesterday. Here he says, go for 6 hours. No, I'm not going for 6 hours. That'd be too late. Why are the blinds closed? I guess my mom just closed them, so, you know. I didn't touch them. Yeah, we're in Boston right now. But actually, this works out pretty well. I don't know that I streamed from here last time. I might have. But this time I came back, I actually bought one of the microphone boom stands, so I can have the phone. The phone is not sitting on the table. The phone is actually on a boom stand. I can actually show you, but that way I don't have to look down at the phone. See the phone? See, it's on this stand here. There's the stand. So I can put the phone on the stand, and then the phone doesn't have to sit on the table, and I can actually look straight at it rather than looking down at it. Oh, Tyson is in Australia. Cool. Is there a view? No, it's just a city. It's just a suburb street out there. You would just see a street with some lights and some houses out there. Nothing really distinct. I've become like addicted to Cliff Bars. I don't eat that many of them, but I could eat Cliff Bars all day now. I see the allure of them. I could just eat so many of them. I'm sure some people do. Yeah, there was a real plant on the table, exactly. My mom has some real plants in the house. Aries is having one right now. Oliver, there's some protein in Cliff Bars. Wichitaj is watching. Oops, I got to plug in the phone. What happened? Why is the phone running down? Why is that happening? Sorry. The phone was running down. The reason the stream stuck is that I got a low power notice. There's the plant right there. The stream got stuck because my battery was at 20% all of a sudden. So I had to plug the phone in, but it's better now. MGD says the Green Festival always gives out samples of the latest Cliff Bars. Oh, thank you, Tyson. I'm glad you like the channel. I should listen, see how the volume is. I'm listening to myself. The sound quality is actually pretty good. I mean, I'm on my phone mic. I'm not on a microphone. It's actually, and I'm not talking particularly loudly. The sound is actually pretty good. When I was at Off My Lawn, says love free samples. I was at the dentist today, and I like when they have like the little toothpaste, like if it's like a new toothpaste flavor. So at the end of the dentist appointment, I said, "Oh, do you have any of the little toothpaste you're promoting?" And they said, "Well, we're not promoting any toothpaste, but you can have this." And they gave me like this big tube of Crest Pro Health toothpaste, but they gave me the big tube of it. I guess Oliver is having some side effects from his second Pfizer shot. Be well, recover quickly. Here's your big thing of toothpaste. Off My Lawn says Pro Health is great. That's what I use. Aries, I don't know about the New York thing, but you can send it to me on Twitter. Margot says the plant looks like a spotted philodendron. We got Arizona Jumper here. Hey, let me thank our moderators again. Sarah Joy, I know, is still here. We had Lizzie here. Linda Belk was here. Thank you, mods. MKZ finished my quilt today. Oh my gosh, MKZ. MKZ, I have so many things. I'm going to run out of room in the apartment. You have sent me nice things, though. MKZ is very talented at making stuff. Cherry Cola is munching on popcorn to stay awake. Lizzie is still here. Judy Socket says, in a way, you're lucky you missed the Derek Chauvin verdict. It was emotional. I mean, I like to cover the news when it happens, but it didn't end up, I mean, what didn't happen is it didn't end up being the verdict and then all this stuff after that, which it could have been. So, you know, there could have been all this stuff going on last night that I couldn't cover, but there wasn't from that at least. MKZ says, I know, I just can't help it. You can give them away if you wish. Okay. Thank you, MKZ. Amy says you can display the quilt on the thing Kathy gave you? The stool? I'm supposed to put the quilt on the stool? Erie says, can you buy a Nightbot if someone owns a channel? Nightbot's a service that anybody can use. You just sign up for it. William Stevenson says the plant may be an Aglaonema. Julie has dentist in the morning. Oh my gosh. Mine was good today. It was not bad. I had to get a few x-rays, not the full set. I had to get the bite wing x-rays. I'm a gagger. I hate when you get x-rays at the dentist and they stick these things in your mouth and they make you gag. But today, the way they did it was totally fine. But it wasn't the full set. The hygienist said when you get the full set of x-rays, that's when you have more stuff in your mouth. I don't do well because they'll stick a thing in your mouth and then you have to bite down and hold the thing and then it's rubbing against the back of your throat and then you gag and it's ugh. I'm lucky though. I mean, I don't really. It doesn't drive me crazy to go to the dentist. Whereas it's like flying. I'm fine flying, and in theory, I'm fine going to the dentist. But I totally understand how people are not. I understand that why some people are just like deathly scared of flying, and I understand why some people just can't at all stand the dentist. It must be difficult though because you need to go to the dentist. Alex had bite wings done. They make me gag and sometimes cut inside my cheek. Chris Lund says my dentist charges $199 a year for those that don't have insurance. Great idea. Like whatever service they need, Chris. That's interesting. Melissa says I love the dentist. I'm weird. Tony has got some more movies coming. I was wondering today, if you have like gum disease, what if you get like a really bad gum disease that's going to wreck your mouth? Does your health insurance cover that? Now, your health insurance doesn't cover like, your tooth cleanings and stuff. But at what point, if you don't have dental insurance, what in your mouth is covered by health insurance? I mean, I think if you get like hit by a baseball in the mouth, I think that's covered by your health insurance. But how about like your gums and stuff? Or like nerve damage in your teeth area? What's covered? I got to look that up. I don't know how my insurance is. Mr. Showtime says his covers extraction. Sarah Joy doesn't even like forks and spoons in her mouth. It is interesting that dental stuff isn't covered by health insurance. I mean, I'm sure there's detailed reasons. There's like specific reasons for this. But it is, as one of our viewers, Fibropolitics says, it's so ridiculous that it isn't all covered by health. I mean, it is a thing where it is part of your health to have teeth stuff, teeth care. Chris Lund says, all your medical pays for is anesthesia, if I'm right. Rick says, my dentist uses a digital x-ray. It's more comfortable than film x-rays. It's possible that my dentist did that too. It's possible my dentist did that too. You know what I noticed? I did notice my old dentist used to have like a big x-ray machine and they would move the machine. I feel like they moved the machine around. Today at the dentist, I don't think there was a machine. They put something in my mouth. I wonder if the camera's in the thing. I don't know, but maybe that's the difference. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe is the film one have a machine? How has that changed? I don't know. I don't remember seeing a big machine today at the dentist. Sees a day says camera in it. In what? No, I did. I did wear the protector vest. Yes, they did give me the protector vest off my lawn. But I don't remember there being any kind of big X-ray machine. Linda Nielsen is here. Huh. I have to look it up. Mr. Showtime says they use smaller device now. I'm not finding. I got to do some research on this. I don't even remember there being. I don't remember there being any kind of big device in the room. It's interesting now that I think about it. No one seems to know. I'll have to do research. I just looked it up a little bit. I couldn't find an easy answer on the web. No one in the chat seems to know exactly the deal with the X-rays. I wonder if it was in the thing they put in my mouth. Okay. We're getting close to that time, guys. We're getting close to that time. I don't even remember. You know what? I'm going to go back. I have to go back briefly on Friday to get a sharp tooth, maybe like file down a little bit. Yes, exactly what Arizona Jumper said. I'm going to ask on Friday. I'll say, what was the deal with that X-ray? How did that work? Right, bite down. That's what they say, Judy Socket. Sees the day, thinks both something in mouth, but the little thing they point at us to? Well, what did Best Modern Entertainment do? Best Modern Entertainment says they give you cancer. What did they say before? I'm going back to read their comments. Best Modern Entertainment was having a little dispute with the moderators. It is, yeah, it is. I mean, Lizzie says Best Modern was trolling the mods. That's not good. Fibro Politics says you can do a breaking news stream and you get the answer about the X-rays. I will certainly report about the X-rays. Lady Bell says they have cameras that go into your mouth. Our old dentist still had the big machine, and the one my daughter went to had the camera in the mouth. I think I had the one with the camera in the mouth. How about that? How about that? Denise Horton, thanks for watching. So Aries says you're good. Yeah, I think it might be time. I think it might be time to wrap up this live stream. But this was lovely. This was lovely. A nice stream, a nice get together. And I will be here for about a week more. And I can cover news if it happens. I will be doing some family stuff. I apologize. I apologize for any news I miss. But we will do more streams. Oh, Rick Hoppy says film sensors are less thick and rigid than digital sensors, thus offering the patient better comfort when the x-ray sensors go into their mouth. That must have been what it was. But hey, thanks to the moderators, Linda Belk and Sarah Joy and Lizzie were moderating, and Ruben Urban. Thank you. And hopefully you'll notice, hopefully when I do future streams, you'll be like, oh, hey, he actually looks like he's acting more normal and he's not all messed up from the flight. Oh, thank you, Sonic. Sonic says, prepped studio, couldn't go on air. No reaction on flight. Eating during travel. Not cupcakes dad. Old photos. Grandfather clock. Basement. Baseboard heaters. Gale warning. Scanner for Boston. X-rays. We covered a lot on this stream. We had a lot of different topics. Thank you, Sonic, and thanks for the summary. Thanks to you for watching, and thanks to all the lurkers as well. Thank you, lurkers. Okay, we got MGD, says recharge your energy, thank you. Julie Huft, thank you for watching. Chris Lund, June0130, Terry GLG, TJ, Denise Horton, Amber E, Jeannie P, Judy Socket, Darren Markley, Tony Del Monte. Tony says he's amazed he stayed awake. It's the first time he saw a stream from Boston. We did a few Boston streams when this channel first started, which was the last time I was here, which was in November of 2019. We did a few streams then. The channel, my last trip back to Boston is when I started this channel. You can go watch it's listed on the channel. Go to the first streams. It's like me in front of a green screen, I think. Off my lawn. Aries Puric, thank you. Oh, sorry. Aries Puric. Melissa McQueen. TJ. Seize the Day. MKZ. Jeannie P. Tyson Samoa. Lady Bill. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe by tomorrow I'll feel more normal. What do you think? Maybe by tomorrow. Lady Bell. Messed up. Oh. Rob Van Roy. Linda says I will rewatch this in the morning. Kimberly Barr. Margot. Tracy Johnson. Oh. No, the studio here is not in the basement. Son of Earth and Sky. Thanks again, Rob Van Roy, for watching. Oh, thanks to everybody who donated too. It's super nice of you guys. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. We will have more coverage in the coming days. J. Marie. Aries. Oh, we do have to do a stream with the dog. We'll do a stream with the dog. I will definitely introduce you to the dog on a stream. No, I don't think we're doing a cooking stream with my mom. Terry says, get some rest. I will. Sean B. Art, thanks for watching. I don't think she wants to do a cooking stream. Hey, Ralphie boy. Thank you, Ralphie boy. That's very kind of you. Ralphie boy says, it must be very comfortable to be back in Boston, in the home you grew up in. It is nice. We live on Cape Cod. Oh, Ralphie lives on the Cape. And love the drive into Boston during off hours. Enjoy. Thank you for sharing your family photos. Hey, thanks, Ralphie boy. Ralphie boy, my family, we used to go to Dennisport. We used to go to Dennisport every year growing up. And then I think where we went a couple times more recently, and my parents would go, is there a Yarmouth port? Or Hyannis? Is it Hyannisport or near Hyannisport? Let's see. I know there's Hyannisport. Where did we go? West Yarmouth, maybe? Maybe we went to West Yarmouth. No, not Yarmouth Port. What is it? It's near kind of near Craigsville Beach. Craigville Beach. That's in Craigville, and it's maybe Centerville. I can't remember. Hyannis. Somewhere in that area is where we would go. Near but growing up, we always went to Dennisport. So I've been in the Cape a lot. Thank you, Ralphie boy. I bet it's cold there tonight. It's cold here. I didn't know Ralphie boy lived on the Cape. Claire Williams, thanks for watching. Amy Williams. Tyson Samoa. Margot 1. GLG. I mean, Cape Cod, not everywhere in Cape Cod is expensive. It just depends on where you go. Caesar Day says, I miss travel. I hope you can travel soon. Ralphie Boy says, I love Craigville Beach in Centerville. Yeah, my parents had been going there for years. I mean, before my dad passed away. But I went several times with them. But Dennisport was great. We used to go to this hotel, and they had like a little, like a duplex right on the beach, literally on the beach. Like the beach would be out one of your windows would be the beach, and we would stay in we would like rent one part of the duplex for a week. Then when the waves were like really bad, the waves would the water would actually spray on the glass window. That was super fun. Those are some great memories I have of my family. Every summer we would go down once or twice to Dennisport. Hey, left-handed, good to see you. We made these family friends in Dennisport. One year, so it was like we had like 3 kids in our family and my parents. And one year we met these people on the beach and they had 3 kids. And so we all got along. And so we started hanging out with them. Like we would, for like a couple of years, we would go when they would go, and we would like hang out all the time. Like me and my brothers would hang out with their kids. And then the dad drowned like in the winter. So we never saw them again. It was like the saddest thing in the world. He must have been like 45 years old. So we stopped seeing them. If that didn't happen, we probably would have kept seeing them. I mean, I probably would still be in touch with them now. So that was really sad. It was just sudden. But we had a good couple of years hanging out with them. I don't know if the dad technically drowned or had like a heart attack, but they found him in the water somewhere. So I assumed he drowned. But it was where he lived. He was in the water. Yeah, it sucked. Chris says the story took a turn. No, it did. I mean, that's just several years. We hung out with them. It was awesome. We'd hang out. We had all this. It was so fun. And then like, that was it. We got a call, and then we never hung out. Never saw them again. Sees the day says you should look up the kids. I mean, it's so long ago. Guessing the kids are probably married and have families now. It was different than, I mean, nowadays you'd probably, we'd probably be friends with them on social media and stuff, but that's not what happened then. Anyways. So. But we have good memories of when we hung out. Anyways, I didn't mean to end this stream on a depressing story, but just obviously it's just another example of just enjoy the time you have with people. Son of Earth and Sky says, all we can do is make the best of the time shared in creating fond memories. All right, guys, I am going to wrap this up. I do very much appreciate you joining me for this late night. I can't believe how many of you stayed up. Wow. Very nice of you to stay up and watch. I didn't know if people would be awake. So, nice of you to stay up and join me. I'll try to do it the next one earlier. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully next time you see it, I will be less kind of messed up from the fight. And I hope you're having a good week where you are, and we'll do it again very soon. Thanks again to the moderators, too. Really appreciate it, moderators. All right, guys, have a good one. I will talk to you soon. More from Boston coming soon.